Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga Moments. My name's Janice and today we have a flow for those of you who are just getting started moving, who are interested and curious but aren't sure where to start. We have more chair yoga for you today, and today we are going to start building awareness. So hop into something comfortable, sweatpants, yoga pants, and I will meet you in a chair. We'll see you there. And that wasn't supposed to rhyme, but that just happened. So when you're ready, come into a chair. Ideally, it'll be something where you can have a little bit of hardness in the seat. If you're at the edge of your couch, that works too. We're going to play and explore today. So we're going to start by bringing our feet underneath our knees, so our heels underneath our knees. And we're going to bring our knees about hip width apart. So hips to knees to ankles. And press into your sit bones, so those two kind of bony points underneath your butt. We're going to press into the chair and lift up. So we're going to lift our pelvic floor. We're going to hug our navel in towards our spine and up. And if you're wondering, how far do I bring it in? It's kind of like you're just kind of gasping, going like, just a little bit. So we're just engaged, just like a soft, gentle hug. We're not clenching or anything like that. It should be just a nice, easy drawing in. And then we're going to lift our heart up. We're going to inhale, lift our shoulder blades, and then let them come onto our back. So in the front body, we have this kind of lift. And in the back body, we have this grounding. And we kind of add a little bit of weight to our sit bones. But the pressing down actually helps bring us up nice and tall. So check in with yourself here. You can close your eyes. If your chair doesn't have arms, you can bring your arms down to the side, palms can face forward, or just down at your side if that's more comfortable for you right now. If you've got arms on your chair, you can bring your hands to your lap, onto your thighs, whatever's comfortable for you. But we're going to start. Take a nice big breath in, and exhale out, and just check in. So see what this posture brings to you. And maybe it's a little stiffness. If you find that you're holding tension, on an exhale, just soften. So even if you're not, perfectly upright and holding it nice and rigid, we don't want you to be rigid. We want you to grow into the practice. So it's more of an opening rather than a, hammering out these asanas and these postures. So keep checking in with your breath. Maybe you notice where your breath is going. See if you can make it a nice full experience. So for me, I notice my breath dropping into my belly. For you, it might be your chest. You might feel it in your back. Wherever it is, just see if you can expand. You can do that by maybe lengthening the inhale, lengthening the exhale. On an inhale, we'll open the eyes. Drop our arms down. So if you've got arms beside you on your chair, maybe you're in a big comfy lazy boy or something at the edge, we're kind of sitting at the front. So my sit bones are on the chair, but my thighs are still not. They're over top of just openness. Right? That's what we're going for, openness. So arms are going to come down to the side if that's available. If not, bring them in front of you a little bit. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up nice and wide, lifting all the way up nice and tall. So pinkies are going to rotate forward, thumbs are going to come back, and we're going to try and just generate some lift. So if your arms come together over top, nice, or your fingers, if they're out here and you're holding a beach ball, don't worry about it. You're doing it. It's all about how you feel. So see if you can feel that engagement and that lift. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, we're going to bring our hands down to our heart. We'll do that again. So inhale, drop the arms down, sweep them up, take up lots of space here. Hands come together over top, pinkies forward, thumbs back. So see if you can draw your thumbs back a little bit. Open up your shoulders here. So this kind of rotation overhead is going to open our shoulders. Exhale, hands to heart. Lift your sternum up towards your thumbs, press into the sit bones. So yoga is a full body experience here. And we really are just building the awareness. So whether or not you can do all the fancy stuff and put your foot behind your head, awesome. If you're just starting out, all it is awareness. And this is kind of the first the first step to that journey. So congratulations to you for starting, for taking time for yourself. We're going to inhale one more time. Arms are going to come down and sweep up nice and tall. Maybe this time you look up, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. You guys are doing awesome. This time we're going to inhale. We're going to take our arms out to the sides. So inhale, get nice and wide, and play around here. So my shoulders are engaged. I'm actually squeezing my shoulder blades together just a little bit. Again, just bringing a little awareness, a little engagement. But with my hands, I'm pressing kind of like I'm holding up walls. If it's more fun for you to turn your palms forward, or spirit fingers, jazz hands, whatever you want, maybe you just give a thumbs up or like catch a ride. Don't hitchhike these days, but you know, play here and see what feels good in your body. And then exhale, we're going to bring our hands back to center, back to our hearts. Inhale, sweep them out wide. Exhale, hands to heart. And bring some intention here, some attention and intention. So inhale, almost like I'm moving through water. So I'm being very deliberate, slowing it down, feeling my way there. Exhale, bring it back together. Hands to heart. You're doing awesome. We're going to inhale, drop our hands down. This will be familiar, so check in with your alignment. Sweep the arms up, overhead. Check in. Draw your navel in and up towards your spine. Exhale, we're going to come forward. So I'm hinging from my hips here, bringing my body forward. I'm going to bring my hands to my knees. I'm pressing all four corners of my feet into the ground, and I'm drawing up from the arches. So the ball joint of my big toe, my little toe, and then both sides of my heel, really. If it feels like you're more like a tripod with the ball joints and just your heel, that's totally okay. We're exploring, we're playing here. So I'm pressing all four corners of my feet into the ground, drawing up from the arches. It kind of engages your inner thigh. And I'm still keeping this alignment, so my pelvic floor is still lifting up, navel's drawing in and up, and my heart's lifted here. So I'm long through the crown of my head, and I'm not rounding through to come forward, but I'm bringing my heart forward first. Neck is nice and long in the back. I'm tucking my chin just slightly. And if you're not really flexible, and that's totally okay if you're not, you'll probably feel a little stretch in your back, your lower back, in and around the hips, maybe your butt, your glutes. And if this is good for you today, that's awesome. You can stay here. Nice long breath. So see where you feel the breath now. See if you can feel it expanding your lower back with each inhale. If you've got a tummy, we're going to walk our feet out a little bit. Still pressing into all four corners of my sit bones. Pressing into my sit bones and all four corners of my feet, just to give myself some space here. So hands can still come to the tops of the knees, and we're going to come forward. So I encourage you to explore here and play with, what is your range? If you haven't done this before, maybe, you just want to go comfortable, feel it out. If you're feeling a little more flexible, like you're creating a bit of space here, you're definitely welcome. You can even bring your elbows to your knees if it's available to you. You can come all the way forward here. So I'm still hinging from my hips though. Navel's drawing up, my heart's leading the way. How often do we do that? How often do we lead with our heart? And then if I get to here, again, I'm tucking my chin so that I've got a nice long neck. And again, checking in with how you feel, how your breath is. Maybe you find something new. If you're feeling any pain or strain, I encourage you, come back. That's your body's way of saying, no way, man, I'm not comfortable with this. So we learn to listen too here. And that means coming back up to your elbows or coming up to here. Wherever you are, take one more sweet breath. On your next inhale, we're going to draw our navel up to our spine, heart lifts up between our shoulder blades. We inhale to come up. And now we're going to take it off the mat, or off the chair, so to speak. I'm turning my chair. I'm really just turning for the sake of the camera angles. You can walk around if there's space or find another chair. And just move this a little bit. So I'm going to bring my feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Again, press into all four corners of your feet. Lift up from the arches. So I'm engaging my inner thighs, squeezing my sit bones together a little bit. And again, lifting up from the pelvic floor, hugging the navel in and up, heart's lifted. So shoulder blades are, coming together on the back. And maybe, if you're constantly texting or you're at a desk job, we predominantly do tend to have this kind of posture where we're, rolling in a little bit and kind of protecting our chest. We're going to slowly work on opening them. So if you're not able to really bring your heart that far forward and open your shoulders, that's okay. You're doing awesome. You're more aware of it now. And that means we can play with this. So we're going to find our alignment, head over heart, heart over pelvis. And again, hinging from the hips, I'm going to come towards the chair. And maybe today you are here. Maybe you walk your feet back a little bit and come a little deeper into the forward fold. And you can explore with what you're comfortable with. So I do have some weight in my hands for sure. You can always, if it's available to you, kind of walk out, come almost into what would look like your upper body's parallel to the floor. Press into all four corners of your feet, draw up from the arches, and then be sure that your front body's lifting up, so that navel and the heart lifting up towards the spine. Keep breathing here, you're doing awesome. And just see how you feel. One more sweet breath. On your next inhale, we're going to draw our navel up towards our spine. Heart starts to lift back up between our shoulder blades. We're going to come into standing posture. So heel toe, your feet together, which is just really, heels together, toes together. And we're going to come into Tadasana, so pressing into all four corners of the feet. And really this is just our basic standing posture. So it should feel supported. We've built from the ground up, pressing into all four corners, drawing up from the arch, lifting our pelvic floor, and then navel, heart. You guys got this. You already know what to do. So you can bring your hands to your heart if you prefer. You can bring your hands down to the side if you prefer. Wherever you're at, close your eyes. Or if that's something that you're not comfortable with, just have a soft gaze and congratulate yourself here. Showing up, building the awareness, turning on some muscles. Take one more big breath in. And from my heart to yours, I'll bring my hands to my heart and I bow to you for showing up. If you like this, there's lots more chair videos. Share it with a friend. And I will see you next week. As always, from my heart to yours, namaste.